I also like cordyceps, maca, you know, just simple superfoods that are fun to eat, like goji berries, inca berries. Coconut oil has lauric acid, and now the new way to use the coconut oil is, of course, rubbing it in your skin. That lauric acid can dissolve the plasticizers in the follicles. There's 4 feet of follicle tubing, and they're full of plasticizers from the modern chemical pollutants. And when we get the lauric acid in there and scrape it, it'll pull all those plasticizers out, and that allows us to feed on prana, energy, to a greater degree, because those spiral tube tunnels are waveguides that actually transmit, actually allow us to breathe energy and oxygen through the skin. That's why the ancient Qigong practitioners had this process called gua sha. They'd scrape the skin and remove all those little pus pockets from underneath, and the skin would be able to take in the prana and the oxygen. That's ultimately all we're looking to do with raw food anyway. So these practices assist. The superfoods, they're ways to assist the process and get super amounts of food in a small place, so we're not wasting a lot of energy digesting massive quantities for a little bit of nutrient. We're looking for a lot of nutrient, a little bit of energy to get it.
And what do you think about raw foods in the future of the planet?
Basically, if we're talking about a planet as a life form, then as a species we must begin to operate in harmony with the principles of an organism. Like literally all our organs in our body, they have to work together very specifically in a special way to accomplish their objective. Likewise, the principles of life require a raw, living, life food-based system, and it circulates, whether it's the smallest life forms on the planet to the largest life forms in the universe, which is galaxies and supergalactic clusters of consciousness. Everywhere along the way, when we deviate from life principles, we get something that doesn't work. And when we cook food, we create a biological condition that doesn't work. If we want to reach the golden years and have our wisdom and our intelligence and our energy all intact and still have a couple hundred years to live to pass the wisdom of the generations on, well, then we better get in harmony with the principles of life. This is what's been shown in cultures that are living the principles. They're living 120, 130, 140, 150 years. And scientists say that we actually should be living somewhere closer to between 180 and 300 years. So what we're finding is when we bring the superfoods in, we're not finding anybody living 300 years. There's too much going on. But we are finding people that are reversing the aging process at any age, and tomorrow they're looking and feeling younger than they did yesterday, whether they're 50s, 60s, 70s. We're seeing people with massive regenerating, massive rejuvenating, and transformational properties happening because they're putting these principles in place. Superfoods is just a component. Again, it boils down to energy, and the most fundamental form of energy is our consciousness. And with our consciousness, we can create all the elements of the spectrum with the few base ones that we have. But again, this is advanced. In the beginning, we want to just clean out, get the heavy metals out, get the garbage out, get the raw live foods in, and start there, and just watch what happens with that. And you can actually find out more with Elements for Life. It's a company that actually teaches people how to put the principles into practice in their life, and then turn people on ways to get the superfoods in at a discount. So that you're not thinking about, oh, this is a couple $100 worth of superfoods. You're actually thinking, oh my God, I'm saving $500, $700, $800 in weight loss powders, complexion creams, and all the other stuff in the modern civilized world. Don't need it anymore. I'm not telling myself I can't buy it. My desire evaporated. That's what we're looking for. And out of that $500, $600, $700 worth of savings, if you're spending a couple $100 on superfoods, that guaranteeing that your cells are not in competition for resources. At the cellular level, most people's hair, brain, bones, blood, and skin are all competing for the same precious molecules. And that's why they're aging quicker. What we want to do is bless the temple, our kingdom or our queendom, the temple of our body with everything it needs, so there's no war going on here. And that translates psychologically to abundance consciousness. Because when we're not fighting for resources at the cellular level, we suddenly know that we're in an abundant world. Our mind shifts. We see opportunity in the world around us instead of all the problems. We become the solution to the problems that are in the world. And we're able to live those solutions into the world by living our gifts and our talents, which we finally have energy to do because we finally, got in harmony. And so yeah, I'm recommending everybody just explore the whole superfood world, find out what works for you. You don't always need all of them, but when you start off, you definitely want most of them, because every single organ, every single gland is at this point probably dependent on some other form that it's getting it from. Right now, most people are addicted to blood. They're getting their hormones from red blood, which has the dead hormones from the animal floating in it, so they're getting their adrenaline rushes. They're getting their energy to accomplish motivation from dead animal adrenaline blood. And what we want to do is refurbish our endocrine glands so we have all the hormones from within. So we have all the endocrine secretions for maximum engagement with life from the inside out. That's what we're here teaching. And I give honor and thanks to all the elders and brothers and sisters here at Raw Spirit Festival who come together and over literally the last 100 years have made this from, you know, something that people are just beginning to understand to now we've got the tools in place. You can start off, you don't have to recreate the wheel. It can be easy, it can be graceful, it can feel good, taste going to be a lot of fun. So, see you at our next event.
All right, my last question for you. What's your favorite raw food indulgence?
My favorite raw food indulgence is by far durian. No questions, hands down. Big superfood full of serotonin precursors that tryptophan make you feel really good, and it's a fatty fruit. You freeze it, it's just like ice cream, only 10 times better. You'll never ever think about ice cream again. You get on durian, it's over.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, darling. Woo!
Thank you. That was fun.
Oh, that was totally fun. I'm like totally